What's going on, you guys? Sambo here. Welcome back to our brand new map. Now, in today's video, it's more of a update video because I've done a little bit of work off camera. Usually it's something that I would like to do on camera, but I kind of got carried away. So this video, it's really just going to be an update video and maybe just a few little extra expansions throughout the rest of the video. So it shouldn't be too long. So in today's video, we're over in Beersheba, which is the town, well, the city that we're going to be focusing on in the next few episodes, because I want to establish a bit of a city, a bit of a town, and just get something going, something a little bit bigger going in the region. In today's episode, I've actually started designing the city a little bit. I've started putting some of the road designs out. I've just started thinking about where I want things to go, and this is also a good point to get some feedback from you guys as to how it's going and if it's kind of fitting in with the theme and if there's other important things that I should include. So first of all, you guys were wondering about how I was going to incorporate high-rise buildings. So if I just show you guys here, so here's some of our medium-sized buildings, medium-sized high-rise buildings. So we have all of our lower density buildings over here, which is our Maltese pack. So a lot of them, they're kind of, some of them are medium density as well, but these ones here are more medium. These are more low in this whole grand scheme. But yeah, this is how it's going to look. So we're going to have a lot of these buildings on the ground, and then we're going to have these larger buildings that just pop up out of the top. So that's what you can kind of expect to see. These buildings definitely do fit in with the style we're going for, but yeah, I just thought I'd show that because some of you guys were wondering how it's going to be incorporated, how it's going to look. So that's what you have to expect in the future. Also, in the very near future, we need to do some industrial areas because we desperately need some, because we just need it. We're really lacking. Okay, let's show you guys some of the things that I've done. So first of all, before I show you the whole big design, we have this nice area over here, and we have a very, very simple entrance and exit point on either side. Now, I think I'll probably end up leaving this here, but it will be changed. So like the road designs, how it's connected here. And you know, I know it's a little bit wonky there, but this is just rough. It's kind of just the first draft really. And yeah, it's just really making sure that the city is connected. And then if we go over here, so it syncs in that area. And then if we come over here, we have a entry point. So we have entrance from this side over here that goes all the way around. And then we also have the entry point from the highway going that way and then up and in. So that's that so far. And then if we go up here, that's just where our big intersection, whatever you want to call this, is. So just to show you guys what I've done in terms of the road design. So I've started branching out into this part over here. So I was thinking this could be a bit of a, well, in my mind, it's going to be like a touristy area, but I don't really know exactly yet. We just have to wait and see how it develops. But in my mind, there's going to be lots of high-rise buildings popping up along the shoreline, beaches and things like that. And yeah, maybe we can do a canal through the middle connecting to the ocean. I don't know yet. We'll just have to wait and see. But that's one idea. We still need to do another highway connection, but as in terms of where it's going to go, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to let the city be a little bit more developed, and then we'll see where the other highway entrance and exits are really needed. So that's a little bit strategic there. But just to show you guys, if we zoom out, so this is the design that I've kind of established so far. There it is. So it doesn't look like much, but I wanted to keep it in theme with the wonky and wavy road style that we have over here. And that's what I really like about this whole series, is the road designs of they're definitely unique. So here it all is. We have grid systems, but they're wonky grids. And what I was thinking of doing is we have this, what would you call this, like roads on either side, then it kind of just snakes through. So this is probably going to be a bit of a centerpiece. Now I'm imagining nice parks in the middle, pathways, plazas, things like that, and then lots of shopping areas on either side with high-rise buildings popping all the way along. Maybe not all the way down to here, but maybe more towards in the middle section. And then with the larger buildings, we'll also disguise the highway entrance and exit points, because that's kind of ugly. We don't really need to see that. And yeah, so I'm thinking high density throughout here. In the surrounding areas, it'll be more like this with some random buildings popping up, but this, hopefully this will be more of like the downtown area. But again, we'll really just have to see how it all develops. Another thing I should quickly say is the roads that I'm using through here, some of these roads will stay the same, but we will be updating the roads where it's necessary. So if this road becomes really busy, obviously I'm going to upgrade it as much as I can without demolishing too many buildings. But that's also going to be a really interesting thing for us to do, is to manage all of the traffic, because it's going to be a very condensed area. Like this little area here just has almost 3,000 people. So imagine like that could be another 3,000 there, another 3,000 there. So it's going to be a pretty decent sized city, but population wise, but in terms of the actual size of it, it won't be too sprawling. Or will it? We don't know yet. Let's go into our roads, and I just want to kind of plan out some of the things with you guys. And before I actually fully establish them, I just want you guys to see it, see how you feel about it, and I just really want some feedback. So obviously we have this road here, which is like a bypass road. It bypasses a lot of the city. But what I want to do is I want to add in just a few little connection points. So I was thinking of adding in just roughly, like if I go like that, so there'd be an entrance point from this side of the road and that side there, so they can go in and out. And then I was also thinking of doing maybe another one that goes kind of underneath this area over here, and then it connects up and meets the other side, so the traffic on the other side of the road can come into the city. Just something like that. So it goes underneath, comes around, and then the traffic on this side and this side can go in. Obviously I will need to, this is just rough by the way, I'm not going to leave it like this, but I just need to make sure that they can go like that, and then this one can only go that way. So the reason why I'm doing that is because obviously we're going to have a lot of city over here as well. So we need to have access points in a lot of different areas. Again, I will be changing that. We also have this road over here. So if we go back to our trusty road, and since it's already elevated through here, I want to utilize that space. So instead of making a tunnel like over here, we can just utilize that what's already there. And that basically allows all of the buildings and traffic on this side to flow straight in and under. We will probably have a bridge that goes over this way somewhere, but because it's a little bit lower here, the road and the terrain is very similar heights, so we'll have to do a bit of a higher bridge for this part. Actually, I think here a tunnel would be better, because this is already actually a bridge that I've just put on the ground, and then this can go straight underneath. Obviously we'll have to delete some of that, but that can be all fixed up and made pretty later on. Excuse me, can you move out of the way? Okay, I just don't want to add big connections onto the highway because it's going to annoy the traffic. So going like that, and then by putting it as a tunnel, it's not going to be as obvious. It's just, I don't want to have to do some kind of weird, awkward bridge that comes around here, and it's really an awkward shape. So just for now, we'll just leave it like that. So then at least the traffic up here has a connection underneath, because I don't want all the traffic to be funneled down over here into the city area, because I mean, as it's going to be the downtown area, there's naturally going to be a lot of traffic. So we want to get all of the other traffic that is going around. We don't want it to have to go through our actual downtown area basically. And then speaking of that, we can also do a road like this that snakes around like that, instead of forcing them to go down there as well. So we can go down there. Oops. It needs to be wavy and wonky and snaky. And then we can probably also continue this road along, and then we'll do what we just did before. So this one can go down, and we'll do a bit of a kind of tunnel thing that goes like that. Just so then we'll have the connections on this side. And instead of doing, like, for example, let's see, if I go like this, instead of going like that, and then traffic will most likely drive straight through, right through there, and then the traffic coming along here will be interrupted. So that's why we have this connection over here, we have this connection over here, and then this one that goes straight underneath. So instead of doing all of these three at one point, I've split them up so it makes it a little bit easier on all of the traffic. Now, in terms of this roundabout here, I'm not too sure just yet, but like I keep saying, we just have to wait and see how it all develops as well. So we go like that, nice and wavy and wonky, good. And then we'll continue that on. Yes, it's demolishing a building, but that's all right. Go around like this, oops. So all of the roads I'm putting down now, they're going to be like the main big roads, especially out here. So like these will be our main roads, then we can do whatever we want in there without doing huge different infrastructure, if that makes sense. Same for over here as well. I was thinking of maybe leaving that so we can do a bit of a park. I'm not sure about that one just yet. Obviously, we're also going to be building on this side as well. So let's just do a bit of a snaky road up there, like that. I think this area is going to look really good with the whole like the bypass road going straight through. Again, I'm going to fix up all the heights and things. I'm just doing like a rough draft just to put everything down so we can just see. And then that can go kind of like over here somewhere, and then maybe come over to here. I don't really know how far the urban sprawl is going to be for these areas. I really don't know. So, But yeah, definitely all of these areas are going to be filled in. Now, in terms of over here, not going to leave it like this, but it's just a bit of a draft. I was thinking of doing a bit of an industrial area over here because it's more of the outskirts area, just like this. And that can follow the bottom of the hill. So this will kind of define where we will build. So you can see that it's a bit hilly here. So most of this area will be filled in. We might expand a little bit up here, just a few fancier buildings that overlook the city, blah, 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 things like that. But yeah, I know that some of you are going to be like, wow, this is a very unproductive video, but this is also a very important thing to do for me because it makes me feel so much better when I just have roads down, because it just makes it a lot more easier for me to start building and to start visualize what's going to happen. Now, I know that I said this could be the downtown area, but I don't know, we could actually, it might develop differently. So this area might end up being the downtown, or even over here might be the downtown. I really just don't know yet. So just stay tuned. It's all a mystery and it's all developing over time. But one of the main reasons why I'm doing this video, like I said, is I really appreciate the feedback from some of you guys, especially the ones who are from regions in the world that have similar road designs, similar architecture and things like that, because some of you have told me things that I had no idea about, and I've really taken them on board and really implemented them. Even on my Instagram, people have messaged me photos and, you know, master plans of things from their city, and I really do appreciate that because it's all it all comes together. It all makes it look more realistic as well. So definitely let me know. I may end up doing larger roads throughout these areas, bigger boulevards. I'm really not too sure just yet. So, but you can see now we are starting to have a bit of a design. So obviously this is like the center area. So all of the roads funnel in here. So since this is going to be the central area, well, I hope we'll have to do some kind of big plaza area with a big mosque or something like that, a big gathering area that's very central. And yeah, in terms of this area, what are you guys thinking? Just before I leave and wrap up the video, what are you guys thinking for this area? Because part of me, like, there's an area on the Gold Coast called the Spit, which is, I know it's an odd name, but if you go look at the Spit on Google Earth or Google Maps or whatever at the Gold Coast, you'll actually see an area like this, and it's really just untouched area. It just has a lot of pathways and it has an amusement park, and that's it. So part of me wants to do a big open green space with lots of pathways, leaving it very natural, very lush looking, and maybe just a few little high-rise buildings or upper class areas or things like that. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But definitely let me know what should go in this area, and also let me know how all of this is looking and what other important aspects in terms of the road design I should incorporate before we really start to build on everything. Again, I know I need to add in one more road connection over here, but we'll have to wait and see what's the best place for it when the whole city develops a little bit more. That's all from me. I'll be back very soon with another video. Again, I definitely appreciate all of the feedback from you guys. The more, the better. If you also want to chat with me on Instagram, it's linked down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.